Hercules here, and welcome to the Sparks Show, where we got comedy, news, and two forgettable digs.
With Sparks.
You've got tiny wrists.
Pike.
Hates French toast and your children.
And you, the committee.
Yo, what up, fucker?
Subscribe now and become a committee member. Let's rock.
That's what I'm talking about.
How are you, sir? How are you doing? How is life? How are you?
Good. What a morning. What a morning.
What a morning.
Lot going on.
This is, are you talking about the show? Because this is the most anything's ever happened on this show. That's what's going on right now.
I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the show. I already woke up just shook with all sorts of news going on in the world. And then the podcast had even more news. And I was like, what the? Oh, man.
Whoa.
I woke my wife up. I said, honey, wake up.
What'd she say?
She went, what? And I said, there's a bunch of big news. And she goes, get the fuck out of here. No, I didn't wake her up. She would not like that.
No, nobody would like that. Nobody wants to wake up to, there's a bunch of big news. If it's one big piece of news, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're being attacked. Like, whoa, that's news I should know,
okay.
You know?
Thank you. Thank you for getting me up. No, and then you don't even reveal the news. You just say, there's a bunch of big news. And you're shaking her. Just the mattress is shaking. Okay, go back to bed.
Exactly. All right. Well, welcome to the show. How you doing? I always point the wrong direction. That over there is Pike. He's at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. That's right. Hi, Pike. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
At Sparks Radio on all social media. You're like the Pope, just waving in every direction. Everybody wants to wave to the Pope. Oh my God. And welcome to the show. We're happy that you're here. We got a lot of big news today for the show. I'm excited. But first, Pike, let me ask you this. How would you describe your naked body as a fast food item?
Oh, boy. Well, okay, let me think. There's just so many fast food items.
Your naked body.
Yeah, my naked body.
Fast food
which, listen, you know, it's nothing great. Okay, so we're going to immediately eliminate the top echelon of fast food. We're talking quarter pounders and any sort of like burrito place. Because, that's kind of fast food, but it's too good. Too good for what we're talking about here. I'm talking about dollar menu.
Oh, we've hit the dollar menu.
Maybe a step up. Maybe like a bundle deal, like the 2 for $5 at Burger King.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, like a chicken sandwich from Burger King. It's not their specialty. It's not the best thing on the menu. You could do worse, but at the same time, you're probably going to be pretty disappointed with the chicken. I don't know. That's what I got.
I thought you were going to say something like, I don't know. Once you've had it in your body, you're full of regret, oh man, you just regret that decision you made when you were weak, and you couldn't muster up the strength to avoid it.
And it doesn't totally ruin your asshole, but you will be a little sore. No, of course.
I just like Pike Taylor Radio. Here's your quote from 2020. 2021? 2021 Pike Taylor Radio. Describe your naked body. It's not great. That's it.
Listen, I'm not gonna. I just looked at myself this morning. I always walk first thing I do is walk naked to the bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and I go, huh, still not great. Huh. Gotta start doing something about this.
Yeah, I look at my naked self in the mirror and I go, how do people love me? You know, it's like, you know, shame on me for looking that way, but also shame on them for having such low standards. You know, it's just like, whoa.
That's got to be the best thing about kids is they don't care what your naked body looks like. I hope. Yeah.
They don't care what you look like. They have no idea. They love you.
Well, they have an idea.
I know, but they don't understand how disgusting you are. You know what I mean? It's not like they're sitting there watching shredded Brad Pitt movies or something, and then they look over, right. they look at me literally eating. For Christmas, I got like a Reese's. It was a snowman, Reese's, but he was dressed as a snowboarder. But on the back it said serving size 5 servings. And I ate that entire fucking thing. I was like,
Oh, that sounds good.
just chocolate all around my face, peanut butter. Yeah. It was delightful.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of those cartoon characters are pretty ripped though. Like think about Tarzan. Fucking Aladdin had a pretty crisp jawline.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you know what? You know what the standard that women have. And they're saying, oh, these Barbies and all this stuff from when we were kids and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I agree. That's awful. But at the same time, look at dudes. Look at what guys have. Have you ever seen the X-Men? There's 0 fat X-Men. And if they are fat, that's their superpower. Like, that's what makes them special. If they are fat. Okay? We grew up with, like, He-Man. Even the fucking Thundercats. They're animals. And they're ripped. They're like... How does a cat have a 6-pack? I'm not sure, but that's it, you know?
Yeah.
Cheetara's in some leotard. She's covering up the body. Yet Lino, he's got like veins popping out of his biceps. I'm like, do cats have biceps? I don't even know. They must.
You're right. Nobody wants to talk about it though.
I know. Yeah.
Everyone's afraid to say it, except for us.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we do here on the show. We speak the truth. Truth to power.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Sparks, let me ask you this.
Oh.
If you had to plan a festival of only pop music acts, who would your headliners be?
Ooh.
And pick 3. It's a 3-day event.
It's a 3-day event. Each headliner.
Yeah.
Pop acts.
Yep, got to be pop. None of your silly rock music, okay?
Current or does it
could
have
be anybody?
To be
Let's say, yeah, they could be dead.
They could be dead.
Okay, no, they can't be dead.
They
I
gotta
take
be
that
alive.
back. Yep, and it'll be according to my opinion on what pop music is. So be prepared for that.
Okay. Well, I've seen some pop acts in my day. I've been to some shows. Let me just say who it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be Maroon 5. Wasn't impressed with Maroon 5. I mean, I can only hear falsetto singing for like so long, you know?
I get that.
And you will be loved. I'm like, I've heard this song. You haven't changed the octave for an hour and a half. We get it. You can sing high pitched. Okay, you're a human dog
weird,
whistle.
like, how did he decide that's the voice I'm going to go with? I'm going to sing up here the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Will be loved. Is that even Maroon 5? I'm not sure. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Not impressed. I will say I have seen Pink. I was blown away by Pink. She was like, It was more of a show. I was like, is this Cirque du Soleil? What is happening here? This is bananas. You know, Pink is pop, right? That's pop music.
Oh, yeah, totally pop.
All right.
Yeah. I saw her this year, too, or maybe last year. But, yeah, same thing. Had heard about it, saw it, and I'm like, they were right. That was incredible.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, so you got Pink, day one.
Pink's not really a headliner, is she? Is she a headliner?
Oh, dude, yes, she is.
Okay. All right, so Pink's my headliner. Then See, I could easily go with rap. Pop is hard for me. I'm gonna go with oh shit, dude, this is not easy. I'll Smash Mouth. I'll go with Smash Mouth. I heard they're cheap. They play at Sturgis.
That's kind of a rock band. Don't you think?
Smash Mouth isn't pop. They were on the Shrek soundtrack. Come on, bro. That's a pop
Okay,
act.
but yeah, you got to understand at that time that was more pop. Rock music was on pop radio. So okay, it's not really they're playing freaking guitars and drums, okay?
Yeah, so what? Pop music can't play guitars and drums? Maroon 5 is sitting there playing a pink Fender that looks road worn, which we know he took sandpaper and he scrubbed it down so it looked like he's been picking at it for years. All right? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Adam Levine? You're... Don't even get me started. Your fake ass road worn Fender. Oh my God.
It's not even plugged in.
Dude, he's sitting there like... I'm like, the guitar is worn around. Yeah, right. What'd you do? Take off the pick guard and sand it down? I know you did.
You hate Adam Levine.
I have nothing against Adam Levine. I just don't like fake, like, clout or credibility. It drives me insane. You know what I mean? Like, don't sit there and act like you're a rocker and you're sitting there and you act like you can play the guitar. And your guitar is like all fucked up because it's been around the world, man. And you know, like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Give me a break. So pop
Okay,
acts.
fine.
Boy, I'm striking
Smash
out.
Mouth.
Pink.
I'll count it. Smash Mouth is day 2.
Pink. Smash Mouth. You know who I really like right now? Oh, fuck Smash Mouth. I'm going with Rihanna. I like Rihanna. I think she's great. Is Coldplay pop? I've seen their live show. Okay.
They're more pop than Smash Mouth. So sure.
Okay, fine. I'm going to go with Coldplay because my wife likes them, and I could get backstage passes, and she would like that. Plus, I've seen their show.
Dude,
they put on a good show.
You're hosting the festival. Of course, you could get backstage passes.
Get my
You're the
wife
one giving
in.
the passes out.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. My wife. Okay, so then this will be a festival for my wife because that's all. Just make her happy. So let's say, okay, fuck Pink. All right, so it's gonna go Coldplay. It's gonna go Gwen Stefani, huh?
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani, she's pop, right?
Yeah.
Bananas, eat bananas, and then you got
Rihanna.
Rihanna, I like Rihanna. I like The Weeknd. Weeknd's great. You know, I think he's talented.
He's very cool.
All right, there you go. Not Rihanna. Fuck Rihanna. So I'm going with Weeknd, Coldplay, and what's my other one?
You said
okay, yeah,
Gwen Stefani. Gwen
Stefani. Coldplay, Gwen Stefani,
Jesus.
Weeknd. There you go. Boom.
Okay. Thank
Sorry
you.
that took
It
forever,
sounds like a
man. You
funny
fucking made
bit,
it
yeah.
hard. Yeah. Made it hard. Not a pop.
Dude, I already emailed Smash Mouth. They were in. Now I gotta fucking break it to them.
We should
Listen,
put on
guys.
a festival and then it be Smash Mouth headline. They cannot be that expensive.
Wouldn't that be if you won like the lottery or had a stupid amount of money? Wouldn't that be so fun to just do shit like that?
Dude.
Throw a festival and make it so that Smash Mouth is the headliner and, you know, like Nickelback has to open up for them.
Dude,
Or
I would make Smash Mouth the headliner for 3 nights. All 3 nights, Smash Mouth, Smash Mouth, Smash Mouth is the headliner. I had an idea for a festival. It was called the 2-Man Band Festival. So it's only bands with 2 people in them. So you have like White Stripes, Black Keys. You can go Royal Blood. You know what I mean? So it's like all these Local H, their 2-man band. I was like, oh, all these just 2 guys. Or with a, you know, White Stripes has a lady in it as well. But 2-man band festival. I thought that would be awesome.
yeah, I mean you were definitely like getting thin after the first few you named.
No, there's a ton. There's a ton. Honestly, there's a ton.
Okay.
You know, we could reunite Simon and Garfunkel. Come on.
Oh
Famous duos. Hall, Oates. Are you kidding me? Throw Hall and Oates in there. There's a ton of famous 2-people bands.
Okay, it's Hall and Oates, but they got a band. It's not just those two playing music.
Not on my festival. They have to just play their music themselves. That's it.
All right. Well, hope you don't like drums.
That's right. Fuck those drums. All right. Well, hey, welcome to the show. That one took a while, but hey, we are here. Don't worry about it. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button if you're joining us. My God. Whew. You can answer this question there. We're wondering what you would sign. What 3 pop acts you would. I'm not a pop guy. I'm a rock guy. I'm wearing a Red Fang shirt today. Look at this. Huh?
Badass.
Yeah. From the great state of Oregon. Whew. Red Fang. If you love stoner metal, there you have it. Red Fang. So there you go. Hit subscribe. You got at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. Go ahead and give him a follow. I am on social media as well at Sparks Radio. And I don't know about you, but I've been getting hit up with some selfies here, Pike, which is very exciting.
It is exciting. I've got a few myself from Rim Nation because, as we talked about, they feel more comfortable sending things to me because they feel like you, just being such a hater, you're going to throw them away or accidentally delete them.
I don't want the Rim Nation selfies at all. Trust me, I am out on the Rim Nation selfies. We got to talk about these selfies coming on up here in a minute. First, I want to tell you what the hell's going on in the show today. We got a big one, okay? We got to talk about Project PAYHEM and our Patreon. What we have cooking over there, patreon.com/SparksRadio. We got to talk about Bill Squire, going to be on the show today. Comedian. He's a radio personality. He's a very funny dude. We go into when I first met him and talk to him and this whole thing. It was back in Fargo. He's a comic out of Cleveland here. He's also on the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS, which is like a legendary station here in Cleveland. And it's a great show that he's on. So I'm very happy that he's here. We're going to be chatting with him here in a few minutes. And then, of course, we're going to be going over the news that matters. So make sure you are checking out the shop. Shop the shop.
The committee has spoken.
Shit, wrong button. Shop the shop.
How many buttons do you have?
I got a lot of buttons over here. Shop the shop. It's sparksradio.com/shop. And I bring that up because, dude, we sold a couple shirts yesterday, Pike. A couple.
Jesus. Things are really heating up.
No, this thing might kick back on. If the committee has spoken, fires off here. You know it's because I hit too many buttons. Things are popping over on the shop, Pike. It's crazy.
Wow.
I know. And then I come to find out, how did we sell multiple shirts? I'll tell you how we sold multiple shirts. One of them was a guy named Hunter. And Hunter has now bought 2 shirts.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah. And the reason why he bought 2 shirts, shout out to Hunter, is because he was the fucking guy who used a coupon that I didn't know existed.
No way.
We went negative money, so he messaged in saying, "Hey, look, sorry about that. I didn't know you'd go negative money on the coupon, so I bought another shirt to make up for the lost." I was like, dude, first of all, you don't have to do that. But secondly, he bought a second Rim Nation shirt. God.
I love it. Dude, he's probably gifting it to a loved one. That's incredible.
He did. He said I bought Rim Nation shirt it was a Christmas present. So I'm glad I didn't blow up his spot the first time he went around and bought it. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? 2 Rim Nation shirts sold?
And you're still pretending like it's not a big thing.
I'm not saying it's not a big thing. I'm saying it's an awful thing. And it should not exist.
It's a great thing.
It's not. I hate it
Well,
so much.
it's making us money, so eventually you're gonna cave and be like, okay,
That's right.
Rim Nation is paying my, car payment, so I guess I'll accept it.
I don't have a car. I drive a 2008 Prius. But yeah, I will. Look, it's making me very hard to hate Rim Nation. All right, I still do because I think it's just an awful image in my brain. Pike, Rim Nation, 2 things I do not want to imagine at the same time. So there you have it. Shout out to Hunter for getting himself a second T-shirt for Rim Nation to make up for the cost. You did not have to do that, dude. It's no big deal. But we made back our $1.90 profit margin on that shirt. So things are looking up, Pike. Things are looking way up. Also, yesterday we announced this giant thing we're calling it's the Patreon page itself. It has multiple tiers, but on the Patreon, I'm focused primarily on these back two tiers, the $3 a month and the $5 a month. The $3 is the Project PAYHEM committee member, which is a huge deal, right? And then you have the special committee member as well. That one gets you all the shebang, the behind the scenes stuff, the Q&A, the special bonus shows, unedited interviews, all that kind of stuff. That's all going up there for the special committee members. And I didn't think anyone would sign up for the special committee. It's just, we're selling Project PAYHEM. We're trying to push that. I'll explain that here in a second. But Pike, people have signed up for this.
For this $5 option.
For the $5 option.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's humbling.
Not just that, dude. I got to give a special shout out to this guy right here, Sergio, who messaged over on Instagram. He says, "Hell yes, finally a Patreon. I'm joining the highest tier. Yeah, your daily shows make my day. You and Pike make the perfect podcast team." How about that?
Aww.
From Sergio. Huh?
Sergio. Hell yeah. Man, what a special thing to say. God.
And not only that, Sergio threw down $10 a month, bro.
What?
I didn't even know that was possible. I thought 5 was the highest thing. I don't know what he's doing.
That's incredible.
Isn't that
Thank
incredible?
you, Sergio.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Rim Nation salutes you.
Okay. I don't know if he is in on Rim Nation, so let's not,
Didn't say he was. All I said is Rim Nation salutes you.
So currently we got some fine folks over there for both Project PAYHEM and the special committee. So shout out to Boot, Sergio, Colin, Omero, Cool But Not _ and Chad. Thank you guys so much for signing up for the at least every single person at least signed up for Project PAYHEM here. So thank you so much. Your stickers are on their way. They are coming. We've already got some money coming in for the next Project PAYHEM. But the first one that we're kicking off, we're paying out of pocket ourselves. We're doing this because we want to show you that it's possible. We are going to put up a billboard in Las Vegas. It's going to look something like this. It's going to say missing teeth, but it's going to have your face in there and not
Get that one out of there.
not Pike with his one tooth. So we asked you to message us your selfie, right? Message us a selfie. We're going to put it up on a billboard. We're going to black out your teeth. So we asked you to smile in your selfie. Send it in, and then we'll put it up on a billboard. And the person with the most votes over there on Instagram, at Sparks Radio on Instagram, is where we'll put it. So DM us your selfie. You have until, we'll say Friday night, Saturday morning, right around there. Or you can message at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media as well. DM us your selfie. We'll put it in a slideshow. And then what are we going to do? Put it up for a vote. If you get the most votes, you could be up there instead of this beautiful man, Pike Taylor Radio.
Oh, come on now.
Isn't that great?
Gross.
Isn't that great?
Hideous.
No,
The whole thing's great. The whole thing I'm all about. Listen, thank you for the submissions. I'm excited.
Let's get to them, man. Let's see what we got going on over here on the submission. First and foremost, let's check out. This is Humphrey. Or maybe Humphrey. Maybe it's Humphrey. I might have typed that wrong. Sorry, dude. There you go.
Ooh.
Humphrey 73. That's a good one because he's got a lot of teeth. You know what I mean? He's got nice smile, big smile with a lot of teeth showing. So that's going to be good to black out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's a really good one. Yeah, that's good. Secondly, here's Hunter in his goddamn Rim Nation shirt that he bought 2 of. Looks like he's in a hotel. Hashtag Rim Nation right on the chest. He puts Rim Nation on his chest. Oh my God.
That's an early favorite because, well, you could have Rim Nation on the billboard. The only issue I have with this one is the phone is kind of in his face. So you would probably have to include the phone in the selfie, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
That'd be that'd be cool.
I don't care what's in there. You know what I mean? He took a photo in the mirror. Rim Nation. Fuck. All right, you also got, look at this. I mean, is there any more tried and true human being than adorable Colin? Look at this. Look at that toothy smile from adorable Colin. Look at that.
Perfect.
Oh, dude. So great. Colin up on there. Love it. I'm definitely going to cut out the background there. We got a Notre Dame and all that kind of stuff. It would just be Colin up on the billboard. But there you have it. Moving right along, we got a submission in from Shane. Shane's already missing a tooth. So there you go.
Oh, no, we wouldn't have to edit it. That's great.
Way
easier.
Any editing. It's the funniest photo. It's like he looks like he was missing and found now. This looks like he was in the woods and we found him. That's Shane the Pegger. Shane the Pegger, thank you so much. There you go. Full beard. Last time I saw him, he had no facial hair. Now he's got a full beard. It's like the living in the woods. You've got Josh. Look at the picture Josh sent in. Now look how nice this smile is on Josh. Look at that.
Hey.
God.
That's a really good one. God
I can't wait to just eliminate some of those teeth, man. Are you kidding me? That's a perfect face for getting rid of some teeth on, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's really good. Good job. You got Ratback Rob. He sent in this one. Ratback Rob sent in this one with a mask, which is pretty great.
Oh my God. He has a mask on. Okay. I was about to like say something to make, like, holy shit, what's going on with that face? But then I'm like, man, what if he actually has a deformed face? But it's a mask. Thank God. Okay.
It is a mask. It is a mask. So shout out to Ratback Rob who sent that in. So, and then last but not least, this might just be my favorite so far. We got Vicky here. Vicky who sent this in.
Hell yes.
Which, Vicky, it's a great smile. It's very nice. It just looks like it looks like you're witnessing something that you absolutely hate, and at the same time you have to pretend that you love. Like this is Vicky's smile. Yeah, Vicky's smile if she's dead inside. Wait, like the show?
I'm teasing.
This is Vicky's face every time she hears us. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Beautiful
show,
pick,
guys.
though.
Awesome. Great pick. Lovely lady. Beautiful eyes. There you go. There you have it. That's Vicky so far. Those are the submissions that we've gotten in from the committee. Keep them coming, all right? It is at Pike Taylor Radio on Instagram. That's where we're sending it. So DM us your selfie, smiling selfie, if you want to try to be up on the billboard that we're going to be putting up, or at Sparks Radio over there on Instagram as well. All right? Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you to everybody that has either submitted a selfie, bought a shirt, jumped on the Project PAYHEM. Project PAYHEM, massive public practical jokes. That's the whole idea behind the thing. So thank you so much. What is this? Omero is on here. What's up, Omero? Omero says, can I wear a Rim Nation shirt in my selfie?
I'll take this one, Sparks. Yes, Omero, that's a great question. It's actually encouraged. I would say it would even help your cause if you did do that. So go ahead, throw on the RN shirt. Rim Nation. Throw it on.
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you so much. We got to get these in. Okay, get your selfie in because Saturday morning, Friday night, that's the deadline. Monday, I'm going to put it up there. That's when the voting will start happening over there on Instagram. Now, we got to get to a guest. Mike, how many times have we had a guest on this show?
No times, unless you count Greg.
Oh,
who's not really a guest. He's just a fixture of the show.
That's right. Exactly. Not. We don't really have guests on this show. So
we don't.
What we're gonna. I mean, I used to only be guests. Used to be only. But then we changed things up, and now we're moving into the. Let me just say, fucking fifth gear on this show, and I'm loving it. But I got to introduce this guy because he's great. His name is Bill Squire. He's a comedian here out of Cleveland, but he's known nationally. He's toured. He's been all over the country. I first interviewed him, had him in studio in the radio station I was working at there with you, Pike, up in Fargo, North Dakota. So I've been a fan of this guy for like 12 years. He's also on the Alan Cox Show here in Cleveland, 100.7 WMMS. It's a great show. Very, very funny. And of course, Bill has his own podcast. It's called The Bill Squire Show. So without further ado, Bill Squire, how are you, sir?
I'm all right. I can't complain. The Browns are 10-4, so
dude,
that's all that matters.
Dude, you cannot beat any kind of a positive Browns record at this point in our lives. Pike over here was making fun of me. He's like, dude, yeah, but here's the thing. You're going to go to the playoffs, and then you're going to lose in the first round of playoffs. I'm like, dude, we've already won. It's already like you cannot destroy my happy year in terms of football.
That's what you say, man. But you guys don't know. It's all new for you. Wait till you get there. It's the most devastating fucking thing in the world when you lose in the playoffs. You guys know what losing's like. I get that, but not playoff losing. It's a whole different thing.
What's your team? Who's?
I'm a Packer fan. I'm devastated by the Green Bay Packers, and they've won Super Bowls, obviously. But they're good, so every year it's like you get hyped, like they're going to win it again. And it turns out it's hard to win the Super Bowl unless you're Tom Brady.
But it's for the Browns fans, it's hard to get to the point where you have even are allowed to play for the Super Bowl. So like us being over 500 is a win. Us having a quarterback that's confident is a win. Us having a coach that is good it's I don't know, like there's so many wins this year that I can take a first round loss and I'll be okay with it. It's like with the Cavs for all those years with LeBron. Like the first year he got us to the playoffs, it was great and it wasn't that disappointing when they got bounced out. But then it was like after you got to the point where you had higher expectations, then it was devastating.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
This year will be the year where we will be happy to be there. Next year, when our expectations are heightened, then we'll be like, okay, well now we want more. But then also in the way the league is right now, is anybody expecting to get past the Chiefs?
I think Pike is with the Packers. Yeah, I think he's the guy, you know?
Man, they're not bulletproof. You guys could beat them.
You think the Browns can beat the Chiefs? No.
I think they could.
No. The Browns cannot beat the Chiefs. No.
Listen, Patrick Mahomes goes down with a very serious injury. You guys have absolutely a chance.
Okay, thank you.
Barring that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Pike. Yeah, great.
No, outside of that, no chance.
If the bus on the way to the stadium hits an IED, you guys got a shot. I think you guys could actually make a dent in them if none of them have limbs anymore. Thanks, Pike. Appreciate that. Let me give you a background on who Bill Squire is, though. Let me, in case if you're watching this, you're like, Bill Squire, who is that? Let me just say, Bill Squire, comedian, host of the Bill Squire Show, and of course, he's on the Alan Cox Show here in Cleveland on WMMS, which is a legendary station here in the city of Cleveland, where I grew up, born and raised, and the whole thing. So, Bill, thanks so much for being here, man. I really appreciate you jumping on with us. The first place I actually met you, the first place was in Fargo, North Dakota.
Goddamn, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, dude, when you were hitting the road as a comic, and that's where Pike and I, we used to work together at that station. So this is kind of like the weirdest Fargo reunion here, strangely enough. But dude, I gotta ask, man, that was what? That was almost like 12 years ago, between 10 and 12 years ago.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. How much do you miss the road as a comic? Does it crush you that you or do you find it like a godsend that you have like a set schedule? Because you got like the best schedule in radio, afternoons, man. It's like the greatest times.
Yeah, I love being on this schedule that I have. Like I still get to stay up late and do, comedy, especially when there's not a pandemic. so I can sleep in if I want to, within reason. So I love my schedule. The parts of the road that I miss is just that feeling of like going someplace new and like winning over a crowd. Like that's so much fun. And then like, the networking, like meeting people and making connections, like that's part that I miss too. And like Fargo became a place that I went there probably 7 or 8 years in a row to Courtney's over there in Moorhead, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Which was like, so I got to know a lot of people out there, and people would come out to see me, and like, you built up these little like bases, and because you're out there, so often every year, like, and people can kind of expect you to be back there, you become friends and with a lot of people too. And so that's probably like building those relationships. And then also, the road pussy, of course. Can I say that?
You cannot beat it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Man, that Courtney's.
Courtney's really putting it out there. Oh God.
Well,
yeah.
The hotel and Matt that's attached to Courtney's. I'm sure you just wander over there and there's all sorts to pick from.
Oh,
If you've never been to Moorhead, it's definitely the. Would you agree that it's sort of like if you were going to do a meth deal, it would probably be in that hotel?
You wouldn't do it in the hotel, but you do it in the parking.
Yeah. No, I just moved from Moorhead, so police are like frequent visitors of that area.
Yeah.
You know what? BB King stayed in that hotel, so.
What?
Did he really?
No kidding.
Maybe it was the one. No, it was a different one. I'm sorry. It was the one that we.
BB King didn't want to step foot in that rat hole. How dare you?
That was part of a run, and the first night was in Grand Forks, and he stayed in that hotel in Grand Forks.
Okay. The only claim to fame Moorhead. Oh, go ahead.
Just lack of options for when you're doing a show in Grand Forks. You don't get to stay in a hotel.
BB King stayed here, really?
Sorry.
Oh yeah. He had nowhere else to go. Like this was the only hotel in town. That's awesome. What were you saying, Pike? What were you saying? Because Pike
I was
just
going to
moved
say
from
Moorhead. Yeah. So I moved from Moorhead. So like their one claim to fame is that Buddy Holly, like on that flight he obviously died in, he was on his way to perform in Moorhead, Minnesota, which is crazy. I don't know where he was going to perform, but yeah, they never made it, which is sad. But
cool.
Coming to Moorhead.
The music
Yes,
died
super cool.
on the way to Moorhead. So that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Moorhead. That's wonderful.
It's a bunch of dicks.
A bunch of assholes. Bill, I got to ask you this too, man, because obviously I just, when you came to Fargo, I was like, oh, dude, I know this guy. This is a Cleveland comic. This is amazing. He's up here in Fargo, North Dakota. Is that, how far, did you go countrywide when you were hitting the road, or did you hit like a certain level and you're like, all right, I got to, it's almost like the tether, umbilical cord.
My first week on the road was in Colorado. So like my first week ever going out on the road. And then it just became like weighing the financials of a situation where it's like, okay, how much am I going to make? How much time is it going to take to get out there? And I kind of set like a radius for myself where it was basically, if I could drive there in less than 24 hours, I'd go do the gig. And then I'd be able to I had networked with enough people that I could make money on my way there and on my way back. So I could schedule, be like, okay, I'm going to be there. And then you set up a run so that you're not just doing that one gig. You're picking up gigs on the way to make money. And I was always trying to get home too. Eventually, I had a wife and kids that like wanted, I wanted to be around them. So I didn't want to just go out to the West Coast, be there for a month and then come home. So I kind of kept it to like 1 or 2 weeks out on the road at a time.
Yeah.
And, but I got to like pretty much hit all the corners at some point. I think the only place that I never really got was the Northwest.
Yeah. That's a far ass way from Cleveland, dude. That's for some reason that feels like a haul. Like you actually feel like Lewis and Clark up there. You're like, Jesus Christ, am I going to get there? Like, what is going on? I've made that drive before. It is awful. I mean, it's gorgeous, but yes, I know exactly what you mean. specifically like North Dakota is the flattest place on earth, and I feel like it's like 5 hours of, and there's not a tree, there's nothing there. You're just like, oh my God, where are the Rocky Mountains? Like, can we get there? And it's not even until you're halfway through Montana even that it's just, I don't know. That's the worst drive.
North Dakota is brutal like that because you can be like, I had a gig where I met my buddy in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, and then we still had to drive 12 hours and we were only in 2 states.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
God.
Yeah, that's
So bad.
Like, what are we doing?
what are we doing here? That's exactly it, dude. Well, I'll tell you what. Pike is in afternoons on radio. You're in afternoons on radio. Pike was doing mornings for a long time. I was doing mornings for a long time. The afternoon slot is by far the greatest thing for that exact reason. If let's say Alan Cox was on in the morning and he's like, Bill, I want you to do a morning show with me. Would you end up sacrificing the comedy to go do mornings, or would you just say like, nah, man, I can't? Because I mean, how important is the comedy compared to radio for you?
At this point, I'd definitely go do mornings because it's just one of those things where it's just the evolution of my career where I've been doing radio now for almost, 9 years. And so, and especially working with Adam, that's a guy that I trust. And I know if we go do mornings, it's going to be good stuff. And also there's an ability to balance the two if you're willing to sacrifice some sleep or just kind of rearrange your schedule. But I would definitely still go do mornings because, I mean, this pandemic has definitely proven that radio has been my moneymaker this year. As much as, in past years, it was a nice balance where I'd go and do a lot of stand-up locally and be able to have like that as a supplemental income. Right now, it's, nothing compared to what I'm doing with radio. So that security, like to say like I'll pick the security of radio sounds stupid, but
yeah. I get
so
it, though.
let me ask. Yeah. The thing about the mornings though, like, and you say you got a family, so it's probably a whole different world. But when I was younger and doing mornings, I preferred it because you could go out and it's almost like the more time you have to let the alcohol like set in, the worse you were. Going in at 4 a.m., it's like I'm still kind of drunk.
Dude,
whereas
no way.
sleeping in now, as I'm learning, it's like, dude, waking up at 8 is the freaking worst.
No way, dude.
You disagree?
No. Yes, 100,000%. What are you talking about?
If I'm waking up at 4, if I'm drunk and I have to get up at 4, I'm just staying up because otherwise I'm not going to get up.
No.
So like, I would just do it. Like I just pull all-nighters and just let that be like, oh, Bill pulled another all-nighter and make that a part of the show. But I also am at a point in my life where like going to like doing mornings and being like, okay, time for bed, 7 o'clock. That's especially this time of year when it's dark at 5.
Yeah.
That sounds
right.
Very doable.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's exactly what I'm saying. No way, Pike. You were like 20-something years old. That's why. Because you're like, oh, I'll just go out, get hammered, and go back. Yeah. No, I think if you try doing that now, you'd be like, this is the worst decision I've ever made. I'm going to bed at 7:30. Like, you know what I mean? People call you at
and it still wouldn't be enough.
Dinner. Yeah. No, it's not.
Right.
It's absolutely the worst hours. But I was just curious to see what you were thinking, Bill, about, because go ahead.
I love radio, and I love the immediacy of it, and like being able to come up with fresh stuff. And then also, there's days where something will happen in the middle of the day, and you can talk about it as it's happening. But when you get to be like the first one that people hear in the morning, like that's the whole spot. Like that's what you want to be in the radio game. So like, as much as I love my schedule, doing mornings, like there's like a weight that comes with that where you're like, okay, this is happening, everyone's talking about this, and let's, kind of fill in the world and let them, know what we think about it and have fun with it and be that, hitting things first, because everybody's going to hit it, but being there to hit it on the way to people, like to start their day, make them laugh on their way to work or whatever, that's a fun responsibility to have.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and everybody just wants your take. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're getting it now in the afternoon, but you're absolutely right. There's a thing where it's like, what the hell's happening? What's going on? And it's crazy how much people form their opinion off of yours. If you're like the first one in their brain, that's kind of like you're setting the foundation for them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. I just feel like the schedule, dude, like doing mornings for the longest time, you look at afternoons and you're like, oh, for God's sakes, like that. That's like the greatest, you know what I mean? The greatest, especially for you as a comic, still out there doing shows and stuff. I mean, pandemic aside, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, you get that, you know, have your cake and eat it too kind of a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, I mean, I love the spot that I'm in. But like, if it were to be like, hey, we're gonna throw you in mornings here, like I'd make it work, if that was the case, because there's you know, there's something cool. There's a coolness about it.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Plus, radio has, you didn't have to set up an OnlyFans like all these other comics that I've had seen. I'm like, another one. I feel bad. You know what I mean? It's just. God damn, I can't wait to get this vaccine and just like move on with the world. I got
I'm sorry,
question.
Comics are doing only, maybe I'm naive to it, but are people doing things on OnlyFans other than, you know, like,
I don't know what they're doing on OnlyFans. Are they selling? Is it all, what are they doing? Is the comics OnlyFans?
Are they doing comedy shows?
No.
I'm thinking of like, comedians are doing like Patreon and Cameo and stuff like that, but OnlyFans is showing your butthole for money. Like that's...
Yeah, I thought that's what
that's what I understood.
I thought I saw like a bunch of comedians. So I mean, they're not famous, obviously, you know what I mean, or else they'd have a little bit of money set aside for a pandemic.
I've
I would
seen
hope.
a few lady comics that's gonna get canceled for that. I've seen some comics that are women that have gotten on OnlyFans, but I haven't seen any dudes do it really.
Oh,
is there any dudes? There's only how many dudes would people pay to see anything?
None, zero.
It's just hairy and gross. Oh,
yeah.
And there's a market for it if you get into like the, you know, you're doing it. You're not performing for women though. If you're a guy on OnlyFans, you're performing for men.
Hey man, I think if it pays the bills, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
No judgment.
No judgment. I want to ask you this because I follow you on Instagram. By the way, if I haven't worked in the plug, make sure you listen to the Bill Squire Show. He's got his own podcast. It's great. It's hilarious. I've listened to several, and Tom Papa, I love that one. I think he's one of the funniest comedians out there. I saw his show in Vegas with my parents. It was like one of these shows where I'm like, hey, my parents are in town. I got some tickets to Tom Papa. Let's go. And I swear to God, my parents laughed. I laughed. My wife laughed to the point where our stomach was hurting. I mean, just a guy who could just crush it. And if you want to hear a great interview that Bill did, check out the Tom Papa episode. That's the one I would start with. And then you could dive in
Tom's great. He's that ability to kind of, he's very good at observational, and he just like stacks up punchlines to just get you rolling laughing. And he's not dirty, but he's not the cleanest, but he also he's got like a bit of an edge and like darkness. Like he's not going up there like being like cutesy. Like he's got some anger in him, and he brings it across at such a like agreeable way that you're just like, yes, this is exactly what I needed. And
that's a great way to put it.
You could also like watch him with your parents. Like he's an adult comic that like spans generations because he's very relatable.
That's a great way. Wow, what a great review. You should type that out and send it to him because that's exactly right, dude. That is perfect. Like he's got one joke, and I'm gonna butcher it, but like just to show you like the little darkness that Bill was talking about. Tom Papa's got this great joke. He's like, I could live a poet's life. I don't need a lot of money. I could just be happy and just have no money and just be totally fine with that. But I have a wife and kids, and they are greedy capitalist pigs. And then like it's just like it's just got it. He hits. So, and I love Tom Papa. I would put him in probably my top 10 comedians. So definitely check out that episode. Bill Squire Show. hilarious. And then Alan Cox Show, also very good. I wanted to ask you this, Bill, because I see you on Instagram all the time. And we've had other guests on this show before. My buddy Rich, who works in the fashion industry, also obsessed with shoes. You buy so many goddamn shoes, Bill. And it's like, I have to ask, what? I'm not saying shoes are a dumb purchase. I don't want you to think I'm judging you on the shoes, but what's the dumbest thing you've spent money on? Like, what's the worst purchase you've made?
Well, early in my shoe buying days, like when I didn't really know what I was doing, I just was snatching things up, and I bought this pair by this designer, Matthew M. Williams, and I didn't know what I got, but I thought they were going to resell. I'm like, oh, I'm going to resell these. They cost like $300, and I thought I was going to resell them for like $700 or $800, and they just sat there at the same like retail, and then like kept dropping, and I'm like, oh, damn it, I did it. I did the wrong thing, and they're not even cool looking. Like they're ugly. I'm looking at them right now. I can't get. Maybe I can get to them. 1 second.
We got to check out these ugly ass shoes, apparently.
At what point do you just start wearing them?
It's
You know what I mean?
because I'm like, make them, and so they're also like, so this is the shoe.
That's not bad. I think they're that bad.
It's just not what my style is. Like I've got, and then it goes in this crampon thing that like makes it like a boot.
Wait,
What the fuck?
what is that?
I'll put it in there. It's like Legos. So
It's
you
like a
put it in here.
snowshoe?
It's like a gym shoe that also is for like all terrain, like going out and like hiking and stuff. But it's also white, which is the worst color for any of that shit. So
It looks like a wrestling shoe. If you're familiar with those, that's exactly what it looks like.
it very much is got that feel to it. So then it goes in the crampon, and then you have this like, it's got like it's just not. I'm just really upset with it because it's. So there you go. If anybody wants to buy them, they're super rare, and you can pay twice what I paid for them. It'll be cool.
Yeah. For sale. What size? Now, here's the thing. When you're buying shoes, it's got to be tough because if you want to resell them, they have to be your size, right? Because so you could wear them. What size are you?
I'm a size 13.
Got to be tough.
Yeah.
It's a big boy shoe.
13s are a good size because it's where they stop making as many. So if you can get them, there's more demand for them. So like when I buy Jordans, if I'll buy 2 pairs every time, just so that like I know one will sell.
Oh,
I can make money off of it, and the price vary, but I try to buy like double up every time. But these ones actually, I went 14 because the 13s were sold out, and my buddy actually bought them from like the Chicago Nike store and just brought them home to me. So I have a few pairs that are like I can go 13 or 14.
Okay.
I got pretty big feet.
Yeah, those are giant feet. It's almost like Nordstrom rack sizes now. You're almost into like the specialty shoe size.
Yeah.
Kind of where I'm at.
Is that where you are, Pike?
Well, I'm at that but the opposite. So I have to wear a shoe that's too big. If anything, just so I don't have to come to terms with wearing like a 7. It's just like I can wear a 9, and it's fucking flopping around like a clown shoe, but it makes me feel better. So
give me the 7. You can buy child sizes.
Probably cheaper. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, it's too much for my small. Yeah.
Stop it, Pike. It's fine. You're fine.
It's an ego thing. It is.
It's not an ego thing. You're doing just fine. So all right, I gotta ask you some more financial questions because this is the part that I'm fascinated with. Just because, Bill, I feel like you're the guy. You did it on your own, and you did it on your own terms, and you made it, and you're comfortable, and you're happy, and I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? Like I met you 10 years ago. 12 years ago, I don't even know what it was, something like that, in Fargo, North Dakota. And dude, you're like, you're on the road, you're slogging through it, doing doing shows, and it was a great show. And I remember you ended with how you got excommunicated from the Mormon Church, which was how you ended the show, which was a great story. But I was like, I felt like you were like, all right, this dude's a comic. This guy's up there. He's hitting the road. He's doing the tour. And now it's like you've been on the Alan Cox show for, I can't believe you said 9 years. I can't believe it's been that long. That's crazy, man. That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it'll be 9 years in February.
That's amazing. Congrats. That's incredible. I'm really happy for you. And the question I want to ask is like the financial question is like, was there a moment when you had to financially gamble on yourself where you were like, and I know comedy in general is just gambling on yourself, but do you remember like throwing down like shit, like this is a lot of money, I have to put this out and I'm going to do it. And then you did it. And I'm kind of asking vicariously for myself here because I'm just
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I wonder why I'm asking this question. Yeah, when was that moment for you?
I mean, I got a moment like that this year. I got moments early on when you know, like when I filmed my DVD back in the day. I didn't have a ton of money then, and so I was taking basically everything that I had and putting it into this production that, you know, it looks not great, but it got the job done. It's just one of those things where you got to do it. So like I would say the first like big investment that I made was shooting that DVD that's called Just Say Your Jokes, and the album making me money on Pandora and Spotify and stuff like that. So it was worth it. It's scary though, because you're like, all right, I saved up. I'm not using anybody else's money for this. This is like my money. Like you're betting on your own horse. And then even this year, like I bought a bunch of shit and made my own studio in my condo, and then I come and do your podcast and I couldn't get to work. So you win some, you lose.
It's all good. Yeah, the studio looks good, man. I watched you got a lot of great people on. A lot of, again, you got to listen to the Bill Squire show, Alan Cox show. I've been a fan of the Alan Cox show since he originally came into Cleveland. I was like, who is this dude? You know what I mean? And I've always been a fan of him. And then when you got on the show, I was like, fuck, that's perfect. Wow. Yes, of course. That makes total sense. And then just since then, it's been really enjoyable. And then he started the Bill Squire show. So if you haven't, if you're watching over there, YouTube, you can see Bill, his setup there. It's a cool setup, and you always have guests in and stuff like that. So it's a cool studio. I can see the shoes are always on display, the TV. It's cool, man. It's really cool.
I'm feeling good. I also just got a pool table too. My buddy was selling, his dad had a pool table that he was trying to get rid of. And so I got a cheap pool table for $100. And so now I don't need the world anymore. I got everything that I need that I used to like do in the world at my place now. So that's nice.
That's awesome. I don't need the world anymore. Yeah. It's Bill Squire's apocalyptic lair is what this is. That's like, you're ready for it, dude. Unreal. The reason why I'm asking is, I don't know. Personally, I struggle with, I'm such a cheap ass on one hand, and I've been saving so much money. And not to sound like I'm fucking Daddy Warbucks or anything like that.
He's got a pretty good bank account. Let's just say that.
Whatever, Pike.
Guy's
I've been saving money. I've been saving money for a long time. And then I never was caught in this predicament, which I am now. I'm now in this predicament where it's like, dude, where do I invest the money? You know what I mean? Do I put it into something? The plan was always to put it into like real estate, rental properties, and all that kind of stuff, because that's what I've always had envisioned for it. But now it's like, do you bet on yourself starting a new thing? Are you trying a new thing? Obviously, if this is a new show that we're doing here, Bill. I've been doing this podcast since 2013, but this is the new iteration of it. And it's kind of like, when do you grow enough cojones to just throw down some cash. I've never been presented with that in my life before. And so that's why I'm asking, like, I saw you do it. You know what I mean? I saw you out on the road slinging CDs and telling jokes and getting paid and making money. And then, you know what I mean? 9 years later, here you are. You got $300 shoes you don't wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Desperation. That's what it comes down to, is once you have, like, I mean, I would rather create things and then make more money. You know, I'll survive. I'll be okay. You know, but I like the creation of things, the taking the chance on yourself, knowing that you could, you know, have fucked up and made a mistake.
Yeah.
That's what's exciting and makes it, you know, makes you work hard at it. Like, I'm still doing the Bill Squire show while the Alan Cox show is on winter break because I want to get that going, you know? And so like, it's my need to just, you know, it's the cost of doing business, basically what it comes down to, where, like, yeah, real estate's fun, or real estate's like, it can be a good investment and you can make good money at it, but I like making money doing what I like doing. So like, you can nest egg thing. You take the nest egg, you be like, all right, I got this over there. I got my savings, my 401k, my investments. But this money is to fuck around with and see what I can do. And if you have that money, why not take the shot? And you've been doing this for a long time and you know what you're doing. So, you know, what's holding you back? Is it worth spending the money? Is it worth taking the chance? You know, it takes time to build up that, to find, you know, your place and really develop what you're trying to do. But if you got the money and you want to bet on yourself, I say bet on yourself.
All right, Pike. We're building a brand new studio. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's called Squire Studios. Yeah, exactly. We're naming it after the man who encouraged me to do it.
I love it.
No,
very motivated. I'm glad you have the money, because I'm like,
I don't have the money. What'd you say, Bill? Sorry,
you're more than me.
I said once this all falls apart for me here, I just would request a free studio time to do my own thing there.
Oh, very nice. Yes, exactly. I like how you think you're the one who's going to fall apart first. Yeah. Look, man, I don't want to take a lot of your time. You were gracious enough to come on the show. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you are checking out the Bill Squire Show. It's on primarily, I got to plug it, iHeart Radio. There you go. Scratch old Big Poppy's back there, but I'm sure you can find it other places. I listen to it on Apple Podcasts. That's where I get it. So make sure you're checking out the Bill Squire Show. And then, of course, Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. Bill, you're a gem. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I hope you get one listener from this interview.
I'm a listener.
Everyone counts.
I'm a listener that pop. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it, man. How great was Bill Squire, Pike?
Incredible.
I mean, what a guy. What a guy. I love that guy. Make sure you are listening to his show. It's the Bill Squire Show. It's a podcast. You can get it anywhere. Gunner is here. Gunner's now watching. What's up, Gunner? How are you, sir? Thanks for jumping in on this. Gunner says, can I take a full body selfie while wearing a Speedo? Yes, of course. Dude, you want to be up on a billboard in a Speedo? It's your call. Yeah, as long as you're smiling, that's all we care about. So, yes, you might just take the cake, Gunner. People might vote on that.
That sounds like something I would like that.
Me
would
too.
maybe just, tuck that photo into my camera roll for
That's
later.
Right. That's right. John is here. John says, man, Bill Squire, that was amazing.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree.
I so agree how great that interview was. Thanks, John. I'm glad you had such a blast watching that interview. All right, Pike, you ready to get to the news that matters?
Yes.
Yes, this is the news that matters. Yes, this is the news that matters. Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay. Listen to this, Pike. Airlines are now saying, you know that dog you love? You know that dog that you are like, I mean, so attached to, you consider it your fur baby. You are just in love with this animal. You know that hypothetical
imagine.
dog you love?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they're saying? They're saying, fuck that dog. Do not bring that goddamn dog on this plane. All right? Enough of your bullshit, your peacocks, your donkeys, your comfort ferrets, whatever you got. Go fuck yourself, because we are done with these animals. That's it. American Airlines saying no more. What are those things called? Comfort pets.
Personal
Pet stuff.
What the hell is it?
Emotional support animals.
Thank you. Yeah, it needed to be reeled in a little, but they're just saying fuck off with the whole thing.
They're saying, look, if your animal is a emotional support animal, take the goddamn bus, because you are not welcome here on this fucking flight anymore. Get out of here. Now, if you're a service animal, like you actually perform a function, like open doors and help a blind person, then come on, you're more than welcome. But you got to prove it through, like, I think the Department of Transportation, they were saying in the article. I was like, Jesus Christ. And look, do they have to get reeled in a little bit? Yes, because the peacock example, that's a real fucking example. I mean, people were bringing on emotional support skunks and all this kind of
Snakes.
snakes.
I mean, get the fuck out of here. I'm not sitting next to you or on the same flight on some Samuel S. Jackson
Yes,
plane.
exactly.
No.
I completely agree. However, don't you think that this is the wrong time to start eliminating emotional support animals? Like, dude, not even just COVID flying on a plane, stressing you out, but fucking airlines are beating people. They're like punching guys in the face and dragging them off the plane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wasn't that United Airlines was like, they literally dragged a guy off a plane. They were like, the flight attendants were hitting the guy. Remember that?
No.
You don't?
I didn't know that was something they were doing.
Oh my God, dude. I feel like if there was any time where people need to be comforted and be like, please don't hurt me, airline stewardess, now is the time to have an emotional support animal. It's become a fucking fight club at 30,000 feet. It's crazy.
You hear about this shit. I've never had an event like that on an airplane.
No.
So, no. I mean, I've also never seen an emotional support animal. That would be very annoying, though. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think you got to get rid of them. If you're nervous, if you have horrible anxiety, like, I feel for you, but at the same time, like, just take some fucking NyQuil like the rest of us, okay? You don't need the animal. There are drugs for that. Take a pick. Cocaine helps. Go for it.
I don't think, why, yeah, if you're nervous about something, don't do cocaine, because that's going to you need like a downer or something, because you don't need to be amped up while locked in a seat and freaking out. That's funny.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So your recommendation is don't bring on your emotional support squirrel. Just drink syrup, is what you're saying. Little
Exactly.
codeine and Sprite, and you are...
Yeah, you can find the recipe online. It's very easy. Put it in a little 3-ounce container, a bunch of little ones. You don't want to get them taken.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Good point. Great point. Yes. You have to make sure that your illicit drug use still follows TSA regulations. That's really good.
Sir, this purple drank is in too big of a container. We're going to have to confiscate it. Can't you just pour it into 2 smaller ones for me?
Yes. Great point. Yes. Yeah.
It's my emotional support purple drank.
Yeah. See, that's perfect. Yeah. How about emotional support drugs? I'm on board with you on that one, Pike.
All right.
Just medicate yourself like everyone else on the plane. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hey, we talked about this yesterday. A lot of people have been talking about this. Got to give an update on the actress who died and she came back to life.
Yes.
Because put a bow on it. She's with Jesus now. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Dead again.
So she was dead,
Tanya,
came back to life, and then now died. Okay.
her boyfriend finds out in an interview, gets a phone call. They're like, "Oh man, I know you think she's dead, but she's actually alive." And he was like, "No way," and he's sobbing. And I knew right then, I'm like, "Hey man, you got to kind of play this one cool, because while she probably has a heartbeat, it's still kind of like dead." So she did die. She was never actually with
That's
it.
brutal, bro. That's
The emotions to have your girlfriend die twice.
what kind of a dickhead doctor needs to call up during a interview on Inside Edition and be like, "Hey, she's not technically dead, okay? I mean, there's still a pulse. It's faint. Just so you know, I know you're going through a turbulent time and an emotional distress, but I mean, she's kind of still living, Like, what kind of asshole? Just let him have it."
I mean, so if you wanted to, one more time, now would be the chance.
Oh, no. That's Jesus, Pike.
Is that pretty bad? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the doctor didn't say that. This woman's on her deathbed.
Hey, listen, buddy, you got to get here quick if you want to make this happen.
I want to apologize to Lance O'Brien, her boyfriend, that I accused yesterday of some fishy business.
Me too. Yeah, I was with you.
Like, why is the guy immediately going to Inside Edition after she's like on her deathbed? Not even dead, and he's over there taking interviews. But I don't know. I still think he's
Lance.
a sleazeball. He's a sleazeball, but not that big of a sleazeball, Pike. You weirdo.
Listen, there's a lot of machines hooked up. We're going to have to move some tubes around, but we can get this done, all right? Gross.
Let me get to my second story here, because Massachusetts is now joining California and Jersey, and they're saying this, man, boy, talk about ushering in a new era. They said by 2035, which is not that far away. 2035.
It's not, yeah.
2035, we have a ban on gas-powered vehicles.
Really?
No more selling. You cannot sell a gas-powered vehicle in Massachusetts by 2035. It's got to be electric.
I love they're giving us 15 whole years to get ready for that.
But it's not that far. I mean, if you think about it, you just bought a car now. Your next car will probably just be electric,
I guess.
If you're buying new cars. If you're buying a new car, then yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, fine. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. I agree, Jared. Jared says, "Pike, you monster."
Well, hey now. This is all just a goof, okay?
Hey,
I would not be interested in that,
this is a
that
safe
offer
space.
from the doctor.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Dr. Pimp, paging Dr. Pimp.
You leave those tubes where they're at, okay?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yeah. We have, truth is we haven't done it in months anyway. I'm imagining if we're 65, we're probably
I know.
not doing it. Okay.
Are you putting yourself in Lance O'Brien's shoes right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's so hard to, but I'm trying.
Yeah, no one's throwing you into Lance O'Brien's shoes, Pike. He's so funny.
Okay. Well, now we know how I would react. All right.
Yeah.
So cars, gas, no good. All right, cool. It's probably cheaper though, right? By then, are they going to bring the prices down?
Next story. Don't worry about it. This is
man,
a stupid story anyway.
Okay, did you see this? The NHL, which is the National Hockey League.
I'm aware.
They have divisions, right? Like any sports league. They got like the NHL North, West, East. Well, now this year, say hello to the NHL Honda West Division, the Discover Central Division,
What?
Mass Mutual East Division, and the Scotia North Division. That's right. They have fucking sold sponsorships for the divisions. In a pathetic
Is it just
money
a matter
grab.
of time till everything looks like NASCAR?
Yes.
Till everything is like a sponsor and has, a company attached to it. Is that it?
No, absolutely. And listen, as somebody who works in terrestrial radio, when you hear a traffic report followed by 3 sponsors weaved in through the whole thing, I understand. You got to make the money. But the NHL, I don't.
Like, you ever hear the Hardee's Thick Burger Studios? They're like, broadcasting live from Hardee's Thick Burger Studios. It's like, boy, they're just fucking anywhere they can, just shoving that shit in.
I always, when I hear that, I always like to picture the studio like just has an abundance of Hardee's Thick Burgers, because that would make sense.
Fucking overflowing when you open the door. It's just like, these burgers are too thick. Like
now I know why they call it that. Jesus.
Why is it in the Thin Burger Studio? No room in here. Yeah.
But alas, they do not.
I know. But dude, I get it. Here's the thing. Like, if Hardee's wants to sponsor the global headquarters where I'm at here, then if it's the Hardee's global headquarters, I'm in. You kidding me? Fuck yes. I'm putting a logo like up in the corner. You know what I mean? Hardee's Thick Burger. I'll eat a thick burger every goddamn show. And be like, oh God, I can't even finish. This burger was so thick, I might not even be able to finish this burger. You kidding me? Yes. Man. Every single episode, I will do that. That's not a problem. And I have no problem. But it gets a little insane when it becomes the NHL, the MLB, the NBA. Like, you guys are the biggest in your sport. You don't need the cash. You know what I mean? Where's the money going to? It's just a cash grab. That's it at this point. You have enough money to pay these players. You're charging more per ticket. The owners are making hand over fist. The public pays for the fucking arenas, right? The owners of these places don't even pay. So most of the time. It's unbelievable. The cash generation that happens in professional sports. Now we're going to have to sit there and look at, oh boy, it's a headfirst slide into tied second base, and you're like, fuck, it just takes you out of it.
Yeah. Here's and just people's names, like, Tom Home Depot Brady drops back.
Exactly, yeah. And dude. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, well, it's the NHL, and personally, I don't like hockey, so I view them as a league that needs money, so I approve of this.
Okay, so
the
you're
NFL,
in on it.
Yeah, but they'll never do that. I mean, you can name the stadiums, name the halftime report, name the player of the game. Yeah, that's fine.
I totally disagree. I think the NFL will 100% do this. Dude, just because they're rich, that's my point. Just because they're rich does not stop them for trying to become more rich. When you get more money, all you want is more money. That's it. It's not like this threshold of like, oh, boy, I got 10 million bucks. I better just stop. That doesn't happen in the human psyche. Because the guy or girl who has $10 million, doesn't, $10 million to them is still $10 million. And if you're like, hey, you want another 10 million? They're going to be like, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me right now?
Bring it on.
Yeah, it's still $10 million. Like, they'll lose their concept of how much money that is. And I know this because when I got my first 10 million, I thought I would just be
all you could think about.
I thought I was done, But then I was like, boy, you know what? We need people to sign up for $3 Patreon. That'll do it. That'll make me the money. That'll make the cash. We'll be able to live like kings on $3.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. That's it for the show. Thank you guys so much dude, we got a bunch of people watching live. Shout out to Omero, Gunner, John, Jared, who are watching live right now. Thank you so much to Bill Squire for being on the show today. That was amazing. He's a great guy. Make sure you're listening to the Bill Squire show. I'll put a link in the description in the show notes. So make sure that you are checking that out. It's a fun show. And he was awesome. He was our first guest on here. We're trying to figure out how to do this whole thing with guests. We're going to try to have a guest on pretty regularly. So thanks to Bill for being our first. You never forget our first. So follow that guy at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. What a gem of a human being. Make sure you're sending in your selfie at Sparks Radio. That's me on all social media, but send in that selfie over there on Instagram, either Pike or myself. We want to see your smiling selfie. You have until Saturday to do it. So if you want to try to get up on the billboard in Vegas, we're paying for it. It's costing you no money. We're doing it so we could say, hey, we're kicking this thing off. It's called Project PAYHEM. It's like the Fight Club Project Mayhem, but instead of burning down buildings and blowing up people's credit scores, we are going to use your money to put up some public jokes that you will decide on, by the way. It's not like you just give us money and we say piss off or anything. We're going to put it up to a vote for the Project PAYHEM subcommittee and do this whole thing. So it's a really kick-ass idea. So jump in there, patreon.com/Sparks Radio. And thank you so much for being here. That's it. Hit subscribe. Tell a friend. I say that all the time. I feel like you don't care, but that's fine. That's it. We're out of here. Pike?
Yeah.
Have yourself a wonderful day, my friend.
And you too.
Show's over, motherfuckers. Now get out of here.